Okay, so if you are ready, you can start now.
Oke, ya Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Sir Urai, and also for my friends that is attending this meeting. All right. So I would like to start my presentation. I have a title of the research proposal that is the use of word list visual learning application in teaching vocabulary. A pre-experimental to the 11 grade students of senior high school in the academic year 2024-2025. The first chapter is introduction. First, uh, I will tell you about my research background. That is, vocabulary is a crucial for spotting every skill that has to be mastered in English. It is not easy to memorize and learn it properly because English has a considerable amount of vocabulary. Teaching vocabulary helps students to motivate their language learning. Traditional teaching media cannot always effective, but teaching and learning English from mobile phones can improve the ability to master the vocabulary effectively using mobile application like Wordly visual learning application to learn language, particularly for vocabulary, can be an effective tool. Next, my research questions. The first research question is Wordly visual learning application effective in teaching vocabulary to 11th grade students at a senior high school in Pontianak? And the second research question is how effective is Wordly's visual learning application in teaching vocabulary to 11th grade students at a senior high school in Pontianak? And next, my research purposes. The first is to find out whether Wordly's visual learning application is effective for teaching vocabulary to 11th grade students at senior high school Pontianak. And second is to find out how effective Wordly's visual learning application is in teaching vocabulary to 11th grade students at senior high school Pontianak. Okay, next, this is the hypothesis. First is null hypothesis. The Wordly's visual learning application is not effective in teaching vocabulary. And the second is the alternative hypothesis. The Wordly's visual learning application is effective in teaching vocabulary. The next, the variables. The first variables is the independent variable. So the independent variable of this research is the Wordly's visual learning application, which will measure how effective it is in teaching English vocabulary. And the second is the dependent variable, that is the student's vocabulary, which will be influenced by the Wordly's visual learning application. Okay, this the chapter 2, literature review. So there are three literature review. I will tell you briefly. The first is teaching vocabulary, and the second teaching media, and the third is Wordly's visual learning. The first teaching vocabulary, teaching helps students to motivate their language learning. When a teacher properly teaches vocabulary, students will have an extensive developed word knowledge and comprehend the meaning behind the words, allowing them to express themselves clearly and thoroughly. From Abdul Majid Nurna, 2019. And second is teaching media. Teaching media is a tool that teachers may use to deliver messages. It can engage attention, curiosity, and students' thoughts and feelings in learning activities in order to achieve learning objectives. So the use of media and technology in the classroom may assist students to have a comprehend and have a mastery in vocabulary. And the third is Wordly's visual learning. An application called Wordly's visual learning vocabulary, students can study authentic English from the interesting visual vocabulary. So I will make it fast. Okay. The chapter 3 is the research methods. The first is research design. The researcher will use a pre-experimental research design with one group pretest post-test design, such as pretest. There are pretest, the first, and then treatment using WordList application, and then the post-test as the last test to measure the students' achievement. This design is used to find out the effectiveness of WordList visual learning application in teaching vocabulary. Population and sample. Population includes all students of 11 grade students at SMA Negeri Pontianak in academic year 2024-2025. And the sample, the researcher will use random sampling to get the sample of the research. By randomizing the sampling, the researcher will get one group or one class of 11 grade students of SMA Negeri Pontianak. Okay, next. Data collection. So I will use tests to collect the data. That is the pretest as the test before the treatment to measure how far or to what extent students' vocabulary knowledge. There will be 20 questions of multiple choices, and then and at last, post-test is a test that is done after the treatment to measure students' vocabulary achievement. Also, there will be 20 questions of multiple choice. They are similar to pre-test. So the question I will create it by myself by based on the material in the WordList visual learning application. Okay, and then data analysis. I will use the scoring formula. That is the general scoring formula. Score answer divided total of the item. Then multiple 100. And then the t-test. So t-test. Wait. Okay, so t-test is used to find out the differences between the data between the post-test and pre-test and post-test. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Okay. Can you stop sharing? Okay, so your the presentation is okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Your your PowerPoint is okay. So that it is all. Yeah. So far, so good. Yeah. I don't have any comments on your. Now I will start from the proposal. And now from the title, you have the use of what leads visual learning application. So is it Android-based application?
Yes, sir. Android.
Now, if it is Android application, so how are you going to use this for teaching?
So I will ask the students to also download the application. So I will guide them to what material that they have to open so we can learn it together.
Okay, now let's say this. Let's say the student have all the mobile phone in their hands, and you ask the student to download the application. Now, what next? Now, what are you doing to use the application?
So even though I will ask them to download it, but I will also use like maybe projector to guide them on what we have to learn on the treatment based on the topic in the wordless application.
Uh, what topic is or are available in that application?
There are so many topics in the application. So, for example, the topic is divided by their own what is that? Their own topic. For example, nature. So the topic will be about nature or about disaster, about universe, and something like this.
Okay, now because you haven't explained in great detail about what the application is all about, particularly about the structure, like what you said, topics, yeah, that are available in the application and the structure of the application and how it is actually played, what kind of activities is really required or embedded in the application. So that's information and explanation are important because you are doing experimental research, so you have to explain, yeah, clearly, step by steps how the classroom process and what activities the student have to involve to get involved. Yeah. So I think that's I mean the by the titles it is okay. Yeah, I mean you can go on with this title, yeah. But the main weakness of the proposal, I think, is that the explanation about the research process, particularly the experimentation, how you are going to use this application in real uh, classroom process. Yeah. Okay, that's the overall things that you have to really improve later. Now we come to one by one. Yeah. Now, these, if you start chapter one, yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. I can
Yeah.
see it.
If you start from uh, chapter one, so you have to remove this. Yeah. I mean, this does not belong to chapter one. The title is on top uh, of your proposal. It does not appear here. So it starts from research background, yeah. Production and start
Yeah.
from background. Background meaning that when you talk about background, so you should uh, explain, yeah, latar belakang, meaning that uh, what condition is really inspiring you, yeah, that you come to this title. You can start from vocabulary. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because your title is vocabulary. So vocabulary is crucial for supporting every skills that has to be managed. So English, perhaps like this, uh, uh, vocabulary mastery, uh, not vocabulary itself, yeah, but vocabulary mastery is important for English skill. Yeah, if you just said vocabulary, yeah, vocabulary is the basic building block of language. Cuman vocabulary sebenarnya itu adalah uh, ke arah bahasanya gitu ya. Kayak language and linguistics jadinya nanti. Sedangkan your topic is not about language in terms of linguistic or morphology, things like that. Your topic is teaching and teaching vocabulary. So you should start from vocabulary mastery, yeah, not vocabulary itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Vocabulary mastery or vocabulary skills, yeah. But usually people say vocabulary mastery. Now, yeah, I can give you detailed feedback on this introduction. One thing that you have to make sure in your introduction or in your background, because uh, your research is experimental research, so in your background you should mention about the innovation, because your topic is something to do with technology. Perhaps you can start from the innovation, the technology, is available, for example, and young generation, almost every single student, for example, owns the mobile phones. So then the teacher need to have the creative ideas to use, yeah, mobile phone for teaching and learning, yeah, because I mean the students or the learners, like to play with their mobile phone, their technology, their gadgets, things like that. So there should be have innovative ideas to involve uh, to involve technology for teaching or for learning language, or something like that. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that if you want to uh, argue in experimental research, you have to bring something. Yeah, at least if it is not something new, it sound new. Ya, ya kedengarannya baru gitulah kira-kira. So then you can argue that to involve or to use technology, uh, the omnipresent, sesuatu yang selalu ada, the omnipresent, ubiquitous, ya. Bahasa Inggris itu ubiquitous. So the ubiquity of mobile phone. Jadi keberadaan yang selalu ada, ubiquitous, yang ada di mana-mana. Jadi dengan adanya teknologi yang ada di mana-mana itulah, gua harus berusaha memanfaatkan teknologi itu bermanfaat untuk belajar bahasa. Dan hal ini adalah belajar vocabulary. Dan itu barulah then you introduce the word list visual learning application. You can argue that it is kind of the innovative idea. So that's about more or less, yeah. You can have other ideas, but what I'm saying is that you have to start from something innovation, yeah. Something, it sound new things that you bring into the classroom. Now, after that, then you have this question. Okay, there is a question, is okay, uh, but you need to perhaps fix the language. Kalau misalkan is word list visual learning application effective, correct English, you can fix it like. Okay, this purpose is a significant. I skip that one. So, hypothesis, yes, that's the correct one. Variable, dependent variable. Of this is what is sebenarnya bukan independent variable to listnya, karena there is so I mean from your statement it seems that the independent variable is the application, but actually the independent variable is the use of the application, and dependent one is the improvement of vocabulary. So meaning that um, the vocabulary's improvement depends on the use of application. So kalau mau melihat mana yang independen, mana yang independen. I mean the idea is okay here, but the construction you have to really think about whether this is the correct construction of ideas. Yeah. Misalkan independent variable of this research is what list is the application, which will measure how effective. Oh, so it should be like this. So the independent variable of this research is the usage of the application names about the what is visual learning application. That, for example, we aware which the usage of the application will affect, yeah, will affect the teaching learning vocabulary. Then the dependence is the mastery of vocabulary. Seperti yang dikatakan tadi kan, not vocabulary. Yeah. So the dependent variable of this is the mastery of vocabulary, meaning that the level of students' mastery of vocabulary depends on, yeah, on the use of application. Okay, so what is terminology? We go on to terminology. What is visual learning application? Is a mobile-based learning application used to learn. Perhaps you need to describe. You have to describe what the application is all about. It's not, I mean, here is very general description, almost can apply to every single application. Yeah. What this visual application is, for example, on top of my head, I mean, just to give you example, what this visual learning application is the application designed for learning vocabulary that contains, for example, the list of vocabulary in many states or with interesting visual aids. I don't know, something like that. So if you know that application, I can describe it, but do not have long description because you are going to describe this application later. Yeah. In your chapter vocabulary. So this once again there are two things that you have to clarify here. One is vocabulary, and the second is the mastery of vocabulary. So the vocabulary here, if you are explaining vocabulary like this, it's not terminology. Yeah? So if you are explaining vocabulary in your terminology of your proposal, the definition should be specific. For example, the vocabulary in this research, yeah, are the list or is the list of words, yeah, uh, uh, on the topic of atau apa yang listed in, saya begini, vocabulary yang dimaksud di penelitian ini adalah vocabulary misalkan yang diajarkan di SMP kelas apa atau yang akan di buku chapter sekian. So it's something like that. So then it can't go, it can't go too broad. Because vocabulary can be anything. So if you just define this as like this, yeah, it can be anything. Meanwhile, in your research, you should make it clear. You should make it specific. What kinds of, it's actually not what kinds, what vocabularies are expected to master, to be mastered by students during this research. Do you know how many vocabularies, for example, that are covered in your research?
Mm, I didn't calculate it. I haven't calculated yet, sir. How many
Okay.
vocabulary?
Now, do you know the books that you are going to teach?
The
What
books?
book do you think?
The books for from the school, sir?
Yes,
Not
it's
yet. Sir.
something like this, when you are teaching vocabularies, you cannot teach any vocabularies, right? You should teach vocabularies that are or that appear in the book, yeah? Atau that appear in curriculums, yeah? Or syllabus, yeah? In that school. So then your teaching is actually helping the teacher to teach certain vocabularies that become the target of the curriculum. Jadi sekali lagi ini adalah kesalahan yang hampir terjadi di setiap proposal di vocabulary. Jadi vocabulary itu diterjemahkan terlalu umum, ya. The words that are used to express to the mind to speak itu kan ibaratnya definisi kamus. Kalau kamus definisinya model seperti itu karena definisi kamus adalah definisi secara umum. Sedangkan terminologi yang ada di sebuah proposal penelitian, maka itu harus spesifik. Makanya vocabulary pun kita definisikan. Kalau cuma untuk definisi model tinggi ya tidak perlu karena semua orang sudah tahu vocabulary words to express thinking, ya kan sudah tahu. Tapi kalau di dalam penelitian, we have to make it specific. Otherwise, people do not know what vocabularies do you refer when you are giving words. Okay, we should move on. Mobile assist language learning ini terlalu general. If you want to make it something number one is okay. Would be learning application. Ingat saja deskripsinya yang harus diperbaiki. Ini terlalu umum, ya, tidak perlu. Ini kan nanti juga akan ada dibahas chapter depan. And also the same case is medium. That you can remove this one. You can have other terminologies if you need, more terms, but not something like that. Okay, now starts. Go on. Then next chapter 2, literature review. Now you are explaining teaching vocabulary. Okay, actually this is okay. Yeah, just the content. Yeah, what you are explaining here perhaps matters. Uh, tapi sementara saya okekan saja ini. Uh, Intinya adalah you try to explain uh, what's that, how what is the definition of teaching vocabulary, how teaching vocabulary should go, I mean should be done, yeah, according to theory of course. Teaching vocabulary has implications that teachers can provide to apply their teaching practices. There's an application for teaching what should be given, blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, mungkin seperti, I mean, it can be like this, yeah. Uh, or you can talk more about how the basic uh, teaching of vocabulary, model teaching juga boleh, model teaching vocabulary. Sebenarnya kan vocabulary ya diajarkan melalui games, ya permainan. Vocabulary diajarkan melalui konteks, ya like people learn vocabulary from context. Ya. So they meaning that they have to explore authentic resources, and from the authentic resources, you can ask student to take some new vocabularies that they come across from the text, for example, or from the, the resources, online resources, the listening resources, and so on. So the models and so many other things actually in talks when you are teaching, when you are explaining different vocabularies. And then you talk about teaching media. I think that goes too broad. Why don't you talk about like in your vocabulary, like I mean in your terminology, like here, mobile assisted language learning. I think that's it is better. Yeah, this I mean if you talk mobile assisted language learning, I think much better than you talk about media in general. Nah, kecuali kalau tidak ada itu ya bolehlah social media in general it's okay. But because mobile as its language learning, I mean, you mentioned that one. I think that sounds much better because your teaching is using mobile for learning. Okay, now that's what this visual learning application. I think this section is very important section. Do not go too much theoretical in this section. What you need to do is the description of this. What is what the application is all about? Yeah, if needed, yeah, I suggest you can also put some screenshots, perhaps, yeah, to show what the application look like. Yeah, we can also provide the contents of the possible topics available through the application. Yeah, perhaps also you can uh, explain or describe the material that would be relevant to the level of the student. Yeah, in the application, whether or not the application is like you know contain mm, the new always new uh, new vocabulary, yeah, appears, or it is a fixed material, materi yang sudah fix, artinya yang tidak bertambah-tambah lagi atau static seperti itu. Nah, so I think you can talks here, and also don't forget to talk about the features, yeah, like the navigation of the application, yeah, the how many sub menus or what kind of activities can be done using the application. So if I mean, the application have the quizzes, so what kind of quizzes, how many kinds of quizzes, things like that. So this section is really the description of the what is visual learning application, and the end or the last part of this section. You after this, I think that's good point. Yeah, you talk about the procedure of what is blah blah blah. Yeah, this is perhaps, but if you want to use it, you have to have the reference. Yeah, you can't just do this. Yeah, it seems that this is your pure own word, uh, something like that. Yeah, but actually in literature review, you have to provide some references that can be taken from the articles or the best practice of using the application. If other people already conducted similar research or other teachers already do using this application, and we want to know how they do, how they, use the application in the real action of in the classroom process. Yeah. The process is should be like this. Uh, Now, at the end of these, before you really go to conceptual framework, you have another section actually. If it is not section, but you need to explain some works, yeah, like what you have done in chapter one. In chapter one, you can do that, yeah. But here you can also have the examples of how people have used the application for uh, terutama this application ya. Nah, what this visual learning application. Jadi maksud saya di sini harus ada referensi yang menyebutkan pekerjaan orang lain akan melakukan bagaimana cara seperti itu. So it's kind of the okay. Now a conceptual framework. I have talked many times. Yeah, I am not really sure about the conceptual framework for FE. Yeah, like here input, what input, process, output. Okay, input, what vocabulary word, engaging visual, teaching vocabulary using blah blah blah, and vocabulary mastery. So that's I don't know. It's really conceptual framework based on the application, or it's really the conceptual frameworks and how learning takes place, or the conceptual framework for the teaching learning process using the application. So like this, I'm not even sure. But one thing that you need to be aware that I have already mentioned many times. Yeah, this section is not to explain how the research taking the research process, and step by step research process. It is not research process. It is conceptual framework. If you can, you know, distill, synthesize, ya, jika kita sudah berhasil untuk meramu, ya, distill itu meramu semua teori yang kita bahas di atas menjadi sebuah conceptual framework. Cara kita berpikir berdasarkan teori yang sudah kita bahas. Jadi itu misalkan ya, Kalau kamu menggunakan mobile phone, ya, ada visualnya mungkin konsep framework adalah learning. Makanya tadi teaching vocabulary become important because intersection you need to explain how vocabulary should be taught. Ya, gimana vocabulary itu harusnya diajarkan uh, menggunakan visualisasi dan lain sebagainya. Okay. Do you have any questions so far before we go on to the research method?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Sir, in the procedure of list, sir say that it has to be a citation, right?
correct.
But it's
It's hard to find.
it's hard to find it
Yeah.
because I haven't read any article about this application.
You know, if you cannot find the uh, similar application that had been done by others, so then you need to like synthesize the other application. Uh, I know that it is not easy to find the articles or the research project that already conducted using the what is visual application, learning application. Now, if you can't find this application and how people use this, so you can learn from other applications that already done by other teachers. Yeah, not necessarily or not always using the application. I mean, digital application. It can be the games. If this application contains games, for example, like that, so you can have the generic activities if the teacher using games. Jadi maksud saya, what I mean is that if you list here, for example, the procedures, yeah. Now, this is not just all of a sudden that you have this idea without any reference to what people have done, yeah, or the experts have explained about how to use or how to create the steps in teaching using the applications. Yeah. Now, does this application, I mean, it's really important that we understand the nature of this application. Do you know how to play it, how to use this, what it contains, all about in this application?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
I mean, have you tried? Have you learned the application so you know what the application is all about?
Yes, I have
Uh,
learned.
what activities that is or that are possible done by students using this application?
Mm, activity?
Huh?
Activities, sir. About
Yes. What kind of activities? I mean, when you when you ask the student use this application, so what kind of activities will take place?
mm, just activities to activities that is learned in the application, sir.
What kind of activities? Yeah, is it something just like reading, and
Oh,
then they read the text and then they learn like the vocabulary definition and so on like that, or are there any kind of games or quizzes and so on like that?
yes, yes. Uh, the first activity they will learn it from visual and also the definition or the characteristic of the vocabulary words. Then there will be quizzes also based on uh, every every skills like speaking, reading, writing, and etc.
Now that needs to be explained in literature review here. Yeah. Now you can the procedure instead of like this. I don't know where you got these ideas. Yeah, but you need to explain, yeah, the activities available in that application.
Mm, okay, sir.
So then later that activities are explained in your methodology when you explain about treatment. Here, for example, here treatment. You said here treatment. In this research, the treatment will need to be carried out carefully. Blah blah blah. But you don't explain what kind of treatment is going to be implemented, yeah, in your research.
Mm,
That explanation is relevant or is actually connected, with the explanation, with your explanation in literature review about the application. Okay, now I hope that you understand what I mean. Yeah, that you need to really clear explanation, explain about the ideas about the application, like the features, the material available, what kind of activities are available. So all those things are to be the activities when you are doing uh, the experimentation. Okay, now we come to the methods. Chapter 3, research design. You explain research design using Creswell, what's that? Uh, Pre-experimental design with Fritz's and Foster's design. Okay. Now, what you need to explain here, yeah, I hope that you can see my screen. Uh, what you need to explain is, for example, a 1x or 2. A 1 is written. Student vocabulary will be measured by pre-test. Now, student vocabulary, once again, you have to the student's mastery of vocabulary or student's vocabulary mastery, the level of mastery, yeah, is measured by pre-test. Actually, it's not measured by pre-test. Yeah, it's measured by the test. You have the pre-test. So you can say that O1 is pre-test, X is treatment, O2 is post-test. You need to explain, I mean, uh, about the how you will conduct the pre-test. More important is you need to explain about treatment. So X there means treatment. Tapi yang ingin kita ketahui adalah treatmentnya seperti apa proses. Nah, nanti kamu harus punya RBP atau lesson plan. Di lesson plan itulah tergambar secara detail your treatment. Nah, tapi di sini in here you also need to explain the generic kata generic activities, ya seperti apa generic activities yang masuk dalam kategori treatment. Tadi kan saya sudah bilang kalau di aplikasi itu apa saja fiturnya dan kegiatan apa saja yang bisa dilakukan dan bagaimana nanti penggunaannya. Nah, di sini Anda menjelaskan bagaimana langkah seperti apa saja mengajar vocabulary itu dengan menggunakan aplikasi. Jadi dijelaskan tahap-tahapannya, tapi bukan detail sekali, hanya generiknya saja. Misalkan, this treatment will be in misalkan 4 parts of part 1, student ngapain, part 2 ngapain, part 3 kenapa. So, ada generic activity implementation. Nah, itulah yang namanya treatment. Ya. Tidak bisa dikatakan giving treatment gitu aja dengan menggunakan visual application. That's too simple explanation. Karena disinilah tempat kamu menjelaskan treatment itu. Kan di sini ini kesalahan yang turun temurun. Teknik of data collection. Lalu kalian menjelaskan tentang pretest, treatment, and poster. Padahal di sini ada penjelasan tentang data collection. Ya. Anda bagaimana mengambil data atau paling tidak data apa saja yang perlu dikumpulkan. Tapi di sini di bagian ini namanya juga data collection. Data apa saja yang diperlukan untuk penelitian ini. Teknik ngambilnya pakai apa. Kemudian instrumennya apa. So at least 3 things that you explain here about the kinds of data, so how you get the data, and more important is the instruments that you are going to use. Yeah. You mentioned that you are going to create the test yourself. Itu harusnya dijelaskan. Jadi sekali lagi penjelasannya bukan pre-test, treatment, post-test, bukan. Di sini adalah penjelasan tentang teknik Anda mengambil data. Kalau di sini Anda berbicara tentang tentang tes. Coba tes Anda terdiri dari berapa soal, misalkan sesederhana itu di sini jelasannya. Ya, misalkan 20 question di sini, multiple choice. Harusnya tentang apa saja. Jadi tes itu seperti apa, bentuknya seperti apa, tentang apa saja, dan lain sebagainya. Disinilah kita menjelaskan. Kalau you bilang you create yourself, so you have to explain how you create the test. Yeah. How you, for example, validate the test. Have you done some kind of reliability test of your research? And to argue that your instrument is valid. Nah, disinilah kamu menjelaskannya tuh. Jadi validity and reliability. Ini ya. Ini apa nih? Table of classification, kind of abstract ini kemudian kinds of vocabulary. Ingat? Di sinilah sebenarnya kelihatan kamu menguasai ada materinya itu. Number of questions. Bukan number of questions. Question is question number. So number of questions itu jumlah. Per question ada berarti berapa. Okay, once again, these things you need to really fix it. That's why you need to be clear from the very beginning what you mean by vocabulary. Yang tadi saya karena semua kegiatan yang ada di sini merujuk ke silabus atau kurikulum yang berlaku di sekolah seperti di sekolah tempat kamu mendidik. So, if you have that one, if you have information about that, then you are able to explain the vocabulary, aspect of vocabulary. Okay. And last one is data analysis. Sebelum ini tadi saya make highlight highlight once again. Di bagian ini harus ada strategi rumus tentang validity dan reliability di bagian situ. Tools of data collection. Nah, di bawahnya data yang mana tadi itu validity reliability test itu juga menggunakan serangkaian rumus-rumus statistik. You need to explain that. Now this one, more or less, is okay. That's ini bagi features and constants. Some, ya, saya kira oke lagi. Ya. Di data analysis, oke. Tadi di data oke, bibliografi oke, tapi ada kata tadi di sini kurang konsisten. Kita jangan pakai not use capitals. Nah ini kan seperti ini jadinya karena tadi itu belum dibahas isi-isi. Nah perlu diketahui kalau kita meneliti dengan menggunakan desain eksperimental itu berarti kita menggunakan paradigma kuantitatif. Nah, salah satu ciri penelitian kuantitatif adalah bahwa instrumennya harus valid. Berbeda dengan kualitatif. Bukan saya mengatakan tidak harus valid, tetapi kalau di kualitatif yang paling penting adalah researchernya. Peneliti itu harus benar-benar menguasai apa yang sedang diteliti. Sehingga ketika ngambil data itu bisa mengendalikan bagaimana cara mengambil data. Data apa yang ingin dikumpulkan. Itu seorang researcher itu harus benar-benar di kualitatif. Makanya di kualitatif pengambilan data tidak boleh diwakilkan. Tapi kalau di kuantitatif kayak ini eksperimental, itu yang ngambil data tidak mesti kita. You can ask others to do for you. You can ask for help. Yeah? You don't have to come to the classroom. If all instruments are available or ready for you, karena itu instrumennya benar valid. Nah, kalau instrumennya kurang valid, maka datanya benar. Kalau data kurang benar, berarti kan kesimpulan risetnya. Ya walaupun kita di S1 baru belajar, minimal itu adalah prosedurnya, langkah-langkahnya itu harus dilewati, supaya tidak ada. Kalau tidak ada, nah, for the completion of this proposal, okay, saya kira itu ya. So I think I have given you so many already, yeah, the feedback. I hope that can, you can follow the feedback so then you can use the feedback for your revision. Uh, do you have any question before we close?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
To know the validity and reliability of my question, should I uh, try it?
no, not now, yeah, because you haven't done research.
Uh,
But later, when you done the research, yes, of course. Before you come to the classroom, you have to prepare the instrument by doing the trial at uji coba,
mm,
and you have to calculate the results of the trial of your test. Itu nanti kalau untuk proposal belum,
oh,
tetapi but you need to explain how you are going to do the validity and reliability process. Itu harus dijelaskan. That's really part of experimental research. So every experimental research must have the validity and reliability check. Unless you use the standardized test, the instrument that already common or accepted wide, then you don't need. But if you create yourself, it is compulsory. It is a must for you to.
mm.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Uh,
The trial, the, the trial that I have to do is to student, ka, sir.
sorry to.
Dan untuk melihat reliability and validity-nya tuh kita harus melakukan trialnya ke studennya atau gimana?
The students, yeah.
Oh,
You can have a test to the same student or to the different student. It doesn't matter.
oh,
Doesn't matter.
okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, then another question.
Yes, sir. One more. Uh, so you say that I need to put the screenshot on the WordList application, sir. Am I right? Like
Yeah.
the screenshot of the appearance.
Explain actually. You need
Oh,
to explain the application clearly. So perhaps you need also to put some screenshots in order to describe, yeah, to explain the application. I mean, by giving some photos, it will help readers understand, yeah, what the the application look like. So, jangan kayak tadi itu sepi sekali, tidak ada visual sama sekali. Kan? Sementara kamu berteori tentang visual. Nah, so I think we need to give some maybe two or one or two screenshot is okay, yeah, just to give some ideas what application looking like.
okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, so I think that's all. I switched off the recording.